Hi, my name's Kevin Shelton, and I'm the Pesticide Coordinator with the Entomology and Plant Pathology Department here at Oklahoma State University. And I would like to talk a little bit today about pesticide storage, what isn't a pesticide, some disinfectants, some viricides, and how to protect yourself and your family when using these things. If you look on the Poison Control's website nowadays, with the advent of the coronavirus and the COVID-19, we've seen an increase in personal exposures to pesticides. And this traces back to a lot of the cleaning and disinfectant products. And believe it or not, if you're talking about a disinfectant or a cleaner, if it's got an EPA registration number on it, it is in fact a pesticide. And we don't really think about cleaners and such, disinfectants, as a pesticide, but they are a viricide or a bactericide. Same thing as a pesticide, a herbicide, or an insecticide, would be a pesticide. And so with the advent of this pandemic, we have a lot of people that are cleaning, and as well they should, a lot more these days. And so we're seeing an increase in personal exposures to some of these products. Well, the exposures that we're seeing an increase in has a lot to do with the aerosol disinfectants. And so everybody is disinfecting a lot more these days, and we may or may not, adhere to the label as much as we should. And so open the window, try to ventilate an area if you're cleaning it every day. Okay, as for storage of a lot of your cleaners and disinfectants, we all know that we need to keep them out of the reach of small children. If you have, anything under the sink, make sure you've got locks on these cabinet doors so you can't get in. Even better, put them up out of the reach of small children. And again, put a cabinet lock or something like that. You may want to think about locking it in a cabinet in the utility room or something like that. All right, we've talked about storing of the disinfectants, and also want to mention, and this is just really, I think we know this, but it doesn't hurt to remind everybody ever so often. If you have a pesticide, herbicide, insecticide, whatever, you need to keep it out of the house. It's better if you can store it in the garage, in a locked cabinet, away from small kids, just away from everybody. And so if you've got a garden shed or garage or something like that, be sure and keep these locked up. I also want to mention, while we're on the use of pesticides, and this also goes over with the cleaners and the disinfectants, on personal protective equipment. If you read the label of a pesticide, it will tell you what you need to wear to protect yourself. A lot of times that's long sleeve shirt, long pants, shoes, and socks. That's kind of our standard reply on what you need to wear. But read the label. It will also talk about gloves or respirators if you need to wear those. A lot of times on this it will say just a waterproof glove. So a latex dishwashing glove, something like that would be fine. Some of the products actually require a nitrile glove, which is a little different material, and it's a little more chemical resistant. Even on your cleaners over here, read the label on these things, and it will tell you what you need to wear. And if you need to use gloves, be sure and do that. And also remember, as on these labels, as on your traditional insecticides, herbicides, what you read on the label is actually the minimum that's required. We can always do better on protecting ourselves. And so if it's a regular shirt, wear a long sleeve shirt. If it says waterproof gloves, wear chemical proof gloves. If it doesn't have a glove statement on there and you've got gloves around, put them on anyway. And so the idea is to lessen the exposure to our person, and so we need to keep all these products off of us as much as we can. Wow. All right, I also want to mention, and maybe kind of end with this, don't mix your cleaning products. We've had cases of people mixing chlorine bleach and vinegar or ammonia for various things, and that can lead to pretty disastrous results. Same thing for your garden products. While there are tank mixes of herbicides, you're usually not going to get a benefit from mixing some of your insecticides. They're formulated from the factory to do what they need to do. So again, careful mixing with your herbicides, your insecticides, and on your cleaners. Just don't mix these things. They've been formulated to do everything they need to do, and so just leave it at that. And I also want to end up with, guys, just try and be safe out there.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.